Hello, welcome to Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois, where we are unpacking this week's comic book order. And it is a doozy this week, so we'll get right to it. These comics all go on sale Wednesday, February 7th. So, not today, the 6th. They go on sale tomorrow, the 7th. We start off with Marvel, Amazing Spider-Man 795, Threat Level Red. Next up from Valiant, we have Armstrong and the Vault of Spirits, issue number 1. Next up, Marvel, Avengers, issue 679, No Surrender. And then next up from Aftershock Comics, we have Backways, number 2. Then from DC, we have Batman, issue 40. And as we always do, here's a little peek at the variant cover for Batman issue 40. Nice shot of Wonder Woman there. Next up, also from DC, is Batman the White Knight, issue 5. And I believe that's going to be an 8-shot total. Also from DC, we have Black Lightning, issue 4. And that's going to be out of 6. Image is up next, and they bring us issue 10 of Black Magic from Greg Rucka, a nice title. DC is up again with Bombshells United, issue 11. Then we hear from Marvel, issue 153 of Cable. Then we go back to Image, and it is Coyotes, issue 4. Then to Marvel, we have Daredevil, issue 598. And then we have issue 6 of Hanna-Barbera's Dastardly and Muttley. And I believe that's the final of that series. From the DC Universe, we have Deathstroke, issue 28. And then a very interesting looking title and cover from Image Publishing. It is issue 1 of Dissonance. Looks very cool. Next up from DC and Hanna-Barbera is Snagglepuss even. Yes, Snagglepuss, issue 2. And it's variant covers even. Yes. Then from Image, we have Extremity, issue 11. A very popular title. Next up from Dynamite Publishing, we have George R.R. Martin's Clash of Kings, issue 8. For those of you who like Game of Thrones. Then from Image, we have Gravediggers Union, number 4. Going back to Dynamite again, we have issue 9 of The Greatest Adventure. And then next up from DC, we have issue 37 of The Green Arrow. I'm going to turn those this way so I can continue to stack on there. Next up from DC, we have issue 40 of The Green Lantern. And another title that we've received several calls on today, issue 5 of Harley and Ivy Meet Betty and Veronica. And that title is exactly what you think it is. Next up from DC, we have Harley Quinn, issue 37. And as always, we will show you the variant cover for Harley. And that's kind of a neat cover for that. Then from Keen Spot, we have the Hunters of Salamonstra. Then next up from Image, we have Scotty Young's great title, I Hate Fairyland, and that is issue 16. We also carry the variant covers for that. Next up, we have Marvel, Iceman, issue 10. Another Marvel title out this week is Infinity Countdown, number 1, Adam Warlock. DC greets us with Injustice 2, issue 19. Next. And then we have, from Marvel, issue 77 of Iron Fist. And then from DC and Hanna-Barbera, again, we have the Jetsons, issue 4. I believe that's a 6-part series. Kind of a reimagining of the Jetsons series. Issue 38 of DC's Justice League. And I show you their variant cover only because it is in the running as our cover of the week, best cover of the week. I thought that was a pretty wicked cover. Next up from Image Publishing, we have the last issue of The Kingsman, The Red Diamond. And then we have from Dark Horse Comics, number 2 of Koshei the Deathless. And I believe that's going to be 6 as well. And that's number 2. Next up from Marvel, we have issue 702 of The Mighty Thor. And after that, we have from DC, Nightwing, issue 38. And then from Image Publishing, we have issue 4 of number 1 with a Bullet. Another Image Publishing is up next, Brian K. Vaughan's Paper Girls. If you're reading his saga, I think you would enjoy Paper Girls as well. Next up from Dark Horse is Rasputin, the Voice of the Dragon, and that is issue 4. And I believe that to be a 5-part series, if I'm not mistaken. And then after that, we have from Marvel, Rise of the Black Panther, issue 2. That's beginning to gain some popularity as we get closer to the movie. Image is up next with issue 8 of Rose. Beautifully drawn, great book. I think you would really enjoy that. Marvel, issue 6 of The Runaways is up next. Then we have from Dynamite Publishing, The Shadow and Batman, issue 5. Kind of a neat title there. And we have from DC, issue 1 of The Silencer. And then next up from Marvel, we had Spider-Man, issue 237. Also from Marvel, we had Spider-Man vs. Deadpool, issue 27. Also from Marvel, we have issue 5 of Spirits of Vengeance. IDW brings us Star Trek New Visions, Isolation. Those are great one-offs. The whole story is in one comic book. That's pretty cool. Next up from Marvel, we have Star Wars, issue 43. Then from DC, we have issue 40 of Superman. Also from DC, a highly anticipated Swamp Thing Winter Special. That is a big 80-page wonder. This next one is a very high-quality comic, nicely done by IDW. It is issue 2 of Sword of Ages. And it has been spot on so far, so nothing but high marks for them. Also a high-quality cover and story, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Universe, issue 19. Marvel's up next with issue 161 of Venom. And then next up from Image Publishing, we have Versus. And this is to give you an idea of what some of the variant titles look like for Versus. Also up from Image Publishing, we have issue 176 of The Walking Dead, The New World Order, and it's the second book of the New World Order subset, and I think there's going to be 6 of those total. Then from Kieran Gillen and Image Publishing, we have The Wicked and the Divine, and that is a great series. If you're not reading it, you need to be. Next up from Image as well, Witchblade, number 3. And next up from Marvel, we have X-Men Gold 21, which brings us to an interesting new title for Marvel this week, X-Men Red, number 1. And I included a couple of the variant titles, covers, so that you can see, though. There's Namor. And there's some of those variant covers. Now, as well this week, we thought we would show, we've been getting a lot of feedback, people wanting to see what new trade paperbacks and reorders we got in this week. We have Black Science from Rick Remender, Low from Rick Remender. We have Weapon X from Marvel, Old Man Logan, reordered the whole series of those that are available. And then we start up with Book of Death from Valiant. all the way down through all the Archer and Armstrongs from Valiant. We carry all the Ninjaks, have reordered all of those. We have a big Valiant promotion coming up next week for Valiant Day, Valentine's Day. All the Exo-Man Wars down below here. And that's all their trade papers, multiple copies of each. And then we have some secret weapons as well. And then we thought we'd also show some of the other trade papers and graphic novels that we brought in. Oh, there's some Rick and Morty portal guns and some pins for Rick and Morty if you're so inclined, and I know quite a few of you are. Those will be here. Reorder of the Watchmen, you can never have enough of those. Some hardcover Lock and Keys. If you're not reading that, you should. The Dark Tower, the Drawing of the Three, and the Dark Tower Gunslingers. Marvel is offering specials on these. These will all be at like 60-70% off. They're brand new, still in shrink wrap, as you can see. Trade paperbacks for these are available as well, also on special. They'll be 60-70% off. Then we have part of our normal pickups. We have the giant size artist proof edition of Seven to Eternity. This is issues 3 and 4. These are gorgeous. If you've never seen one, this is how the art is submitted before it's colorized and penciled and all that. So that's gorgeous. We have Grant Morrison Batman, Arkham Asylum. And then a lot of the Rebirth trade paper reorders have been coming in. And then at the very end, we also still are bringing in more and more new 52s as you all buy them up. So as you can see, a busy day at Fox's. We hope to see you in here tomorrow on Wednesday. Thanks so much.